So this is my virtual poster presentation. I am Brandon Lem. Uh, yeah. During lessons, it is clear that students are distracted either by their phones or chatting with friends. This happens often, as I saw in my first two placements. This hurts their learning and also discourages the teacher from the work they put into the lessons. Again, just being up at the front of the class and not the students not paying attention is kind of it's kind of discouraging being up there. You're just trying your best. Some people aren't listening. So through a series of strategies, students will be more engaged in the lessons. That's what I'm hoping to get at, and less inclined to be on their phones or chatting with friends. This will include the teacher being more engaging and thorough in their lessons, and the students having more interest and active participation. So I'm pretty sure with a little more lesson planning and more fun during the lesson can easily get students to put down their phones and we'll stop chatting with friends too. Just be more uh, engaged in the lesson. So the statement of the research problem. So the research topic is trying to have a more interactive, impactful, and interesting lesson to keep the student's attention. Personally, in high school, the time teachers had interesting lessons and related them to their experiences were the times that I listened attentively and still actually remember what they had to say. Yeah, there's been a few lessons from my high school teachers that have really stuck in my mind. Uh, yeah, they're good times. Good times. Uh, Being an effective teacher, students will want to pay attention and not be on their phones during the lessons. True. Phones are becoming very distracting and creating addictive tendencies. Having students put them down for a small period of time will help in the future. It'll help students just be more attentive with where they are in the moment instead of always like thinking like future, like what's gonna happen. Uh, Being on the phone all the time just creates a low attention span, and also uh, just being distracted from the lesson in general is what we're trying to get at here. The research question is, how can I create a lesson that'll create intrigue in the students and make them want to pay attention and participate? So here are different definitions. I'm not going to read them all off because they're right there. You can pause the video and take a quick, longer look at it, or look at the hard copy I've submitted. This is my bibliography. Killing it with the bibliography here. I feel like I did a pretty good job on this. Yeah. Again, it's right there. Yeah, this one actually. Hold on, let me go back. 10 ways to keep. Oh, not this one. There's another one that's really good. But these few ways that I picked out to make lessons more interesting are pretty awesome, and I'm gonna definitely incorporate these in my lessons when I end up becoming a teacher someday. What is this one? This one's pretty good too. Yeah, this one's a good one. Yeah, no, this one's. Oh, this one. Many students. Oh, yeah, this is the activity thing. So this teacher, I think this was in university. I don't have the first little bit here, but this teacher asked students, obviously they were, oh yes, my dinner's done, I'm starving. They were given an option to participate in this. So like some days if they didn't want to, they didn't have to, but they were getting like extra credit if they did participate. So basically the teacher had them turn off their phones and give them to the teacher, just for the whole period that they were being taught. And students really dig this after a while. Some kids did actually forget to get their phones afterwards, and they're way more attentive. They're just being there. They were talking. They're having more meaningful conversations about what was going on in the class. So I think this is a great idea. Absolutely amazing. Um, I was told I can't really give out extra credits for anything, but you know what? I feel like when I'm teaching, can help the kids out a bit. May give them some incentive to turn off their phones. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, that's that one. This was pretty good too. My literature summitry. I've been learning how to make my lesson plans more interesting so that students are engaged during the lesson. I will try to incorporate a sense of mystery and surprise into the lesson. I think I got that from that first link. This will keep students on their feet and looking forward to actually learning. Giving the students choices in learning will motivate them to encourage independence. Not taking teaching too seriously is an easy one. I've never taken anything too seriously, especially in the professional world. It's very true. It is hard to be serious. Life is meant to have fun. Right, oh, there we go. Life is meant to have fun. Didn't even read that. You have to laugh, smile, love often. Creating real world connections for the students is huge because then they'll be more interested in learning what is being taught so they can practice it in their life. Teaching students how to participate is great. Some students have never actually been taught this, and this can help increase engagement in the classroom. Having discussion-based activities is good for the students that like to talk. This will be harder to get the more shy kids out of their shells, but with a positive atmosphere, I can see them chatting. Also, by keeping records of who participates, I will learn who isn't participating and be able to cold call on them from time to time to help them speak up. I think that'll help a lot. Keeping on going here is, furthermore, the activity to get students off their cell phones is genius. It is a voluntary participation activity. I will incorporate this into my classroom over the whole semester. I will give up to an extra 5% to students who participate in the activity every day. The max will be 5% and whatever is lower. This will encourage them to turn off their phones for the class. I think it'll improve the atmosphere of the class. Students these days haven't even lived in a time where they didn't have cell phones all the time. Students thrive for face-to-face time compared to screen time. All these points listed will help me with the research question I have created. My research action plan. This is where I'm getting my data sources from. They're pretty sweet links. Check them out. Yeah, I did all that stuff. Read through all the book and the other links on this. I'm not going to read that. And participants and setting. Yeah, so I think this would be cool to carry out with another teacher or two. See what they're doing, how they're doing in their classes with lesson plans that they're creating. The data will be collected by the teachers after lessons have been presented to the students, noticing any differences in their maintained attention. Ethical considerations. Technically, for the students, I won't be singling any specific student out while making notes of the results. It was either the students were maintaining attention during the lesson or they weren't. How different strategies throughout the presentation of the lesson and what strategies did not work. No names will be used other than teachers who participated in the experiment. So I went over the timeline here, making these notes. I think like at the end of every lesson or so, just quick little jot like, yeah, they were listening better, or no, they weren't. Yeah, weekly journals, pretty cool. Yeah, stuff's dope. Data analysis, might be looking at it if we have time in the actual real world to do this. I doubt this will ever happen, but it's pretty cool to think about it happening. And this will help me engage students during the lessons I present. Thank you for listening. I'm signing off. Brandon out. Peace.